Well, howdy do, buckaroos. How the heck are you? I've got one that I haven't had. Well, actually, I have had from the brewery. Haven't bought the cans before. The American Pale Ale from Ozarks Beer Company from Rogers, Arkansas. Oh, yeah, the aromas on this are spectacular. A lot of grapefruit for sure. I'm going to read just a touch from their website for you. 4.3%, a light bodied session beer brewed with rye for a dry finish, notes of grapefruit and cut grass, bitterness medium clean, suggested pairings burger, chicken, blackened or fried fish, salads, and cheddar cheese. So there you go. It's interesting. They don't give the IBUs here, but it is interesting that this is an APA, whereas well, most American craft APAs are you see the ABVs climbing, some upwards to 6% now, whereas that used to be IPA territory. Now IPAs are, the ABVs have gone up on those as well. This at 4.3 is almost where other breweries are calling a session IPA, which I'm glad they do not, and call it an APA, which is probably more true to the original style. The aromas are spectacular. It's described perfectly. Perfectly. Grapefruit and cut grass. I want to take a drink, then I'll yap a little more. Oh yeah, what's beautiful about this is again, I'm going to say, uh, most other breweries would probably label this a session IPA, but this has something that those session IPAs do not, which is some malt and some balance. Most of those session IPAs, for me, they tend to be watery. They also tend to be one dimensional. This one isn't. It is the whole package. But again, I think another brewery might have labeled this a session IPA. Oh, oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, though. Yeah, I'll agree with them. What the hell? Uh, what they say, medium dry. When you look at oh, it says medium clean. Okay, it says bitterness medium clean, finishes dry, some rye. Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. I'm a fan. It's beautiful if you try it at the brewery as well. Uh, some might argue that 4.3 isn't session strength. I'm going to cut them some slack and say it is, especially for an American, by golly. I think a lot of Americans that don't adhere to the traditional British sense of the word session, most that I've talked to anyway, like to think of it about 5%. I've even heard some talk about 6%, but I just think it is whatever you want it to be. I don't think we have to adhere to ancient British pub, I don't care what they're doing over here. I'm an American, by golly. They can call shit whatever they want. I'll call shit whatever I want. How about that? What I call a session is different than what they call a session. So I'm going to agree with Ozarks Beer Company and say, yeah, 4.3 is session strength. The rye in here is nice. That's what I wanted to mention here before I went off on that little rant there. The grapefruit in here is beautiful. It's that rice spice. So, again, I said earlier, a lot of session IPAs, although this is an APA, a lot of the session IPAs, my problem is they get cloying. All of a sudden, all I'm tasting is the same thing. The first couple drinks are fine. Then it just gets cloying. It's the same flavors over and over again. What this one does right is that addition of the rye. It's that rye that keeps the grapefruit and those other flavors from being cloying. It keeps it from being one dimensional, and that's why this beer works. It is crisp, it's clean, it's refreshing. It's perfect for a hot, steamy Ozarks day that I have today. And there you go. It's just a great beer. As you can see, it goes down easier to Tijuana Hooker. I'm Tony the Beer Whisperer, and we'll talk to you later.